Guest is a perfect example, probably of both, but we're going to take the second part of that equation. It's Jeffrey Robbins of the Anti-Defamation League, the ADL. Hi, Jeffrey.
Thank you, Jeffrey, for having me.
Jeff, I don't think we can push the message out, the ADL message out into the world. Last time you were here, you told us that hatred was on a dramatic rise in this country. I've taken your words. I've told everybody I can get my hands on your story. You want to talk to us a little bit about the ADL? I know you just came back from Israel, and there's a lot of things going on.
Well, there sure are. This was an amazing trip and an example of the kind of good that an organization like ADL and other organizations can do in trying to bring different communities together. We led a group of about 14 Latino leaders from the Boston area, Felix Arroyo being one of them, leaders in the nonprofit areas in Boston, who had never been to Israel before. And we spent about 10 days together, including a snowstorm in Jerusalem that closed the city off, shut it down, 2 feet of snow, of the sort that they had not had for 150 or so years.
I saw some email pictures of that.
Yeah, it was pretty remarkable. And it was really a two-way street, as these things always are. From our part, we heard the stories of these Latino leaders, most of whom had been born in South America or Central America and had come here. And we learned the stories of pain and challenge and edge and anger and success. And that was hugely beneficial from our point of view. And of course, going in the other direction, for these folks to have the opportunity to see what Israel was about, to see the heroism and the bravery and the exuberance and the resilience of the Israeli people was, I think, for them a very moving experience.
Did these people have misperceptions of Israel that changed after the trip?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, as is the case so frequently, when you see the news and you just think of conflict and you think of all that flows from that, for them it was really powerful to see this people struggling to cope on one hand with the collection, the witch's brew of Hezbollah and Hamas and suicide bombers and non-suicide bombers and rogue states with nuclear weapons and rogue states without nuclear weapons on one hand, and on the other, building this civil society which welcomed people from around the world, people of all colors and ethnicities and backgrounds, and doing all kinds of vibrant stuff, not just in the economic sector, not just in the high-tech sector, which you hear so much about Israel, but in the nonprofit and the social service and the educational sector as well. I'll give you an example. We spent an amazing morning at a school which takes in immigrant kids, legal immigrants, non-legal immigrants from all over Africa, from all over Asia, people who go through all sorts of hell to get to Israel because they're looking for a better life in the same way that our forefathers came to the United States. Trouble is that Israel can't keep all of these people. It just can't deal with it, obviously. But in the meantime, this is a school that's set up to provide an atmosphere of love and support and encouragement and education for all these kids. And I mean, these are kids of every shape and variety, every color, and to see these teachers bestowing love and support unconditionally on the kids, and to see the kids responding the way the kids do to unconditional love and nurturing in this school in Tel Aviv, left most of us in tears.